And moving ahead to news from Europe, Italy's Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani is urging the European Union to designate Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps as a terrorist organization after Tehran's deadly crackdown on nationwide protests. Tajani says the civilian toll demands a strong response and plans to raise the proposal at an European Union foreign ministers meeting in Brussels this week. Rights groups estimate nearly 6,000 people may have been killed, while Iran's official figure is far lower. The European Union has already sanctioned Iranian officials and restricted exports linked to drone and missile production, but listing the IRGC would require unanimous approval. The push comes as regional tension rises. Meanwhile, the UAE says it will not allow its airspace or territory to be used for any military action against Iran, reaffirming its neutrality amid concerns of possible US action. Alison requested to join us back in this discussion. Firstly, what is really your estimate of the death toll from the crackdown on protesters in Iran? Because of course, different rights groups are coming up with different figures, whether in Iran or in the US. But Iran's official toll, I believe, is around or more than 5,000. What is it that you are picking up from, while you're at Bucharest?
What I'm picking up is a wide range of estimates. I'm also picking up, it's very hard to say at the moment how many have been killed because of a lack of communication, lack of internet. I understand that Iran has run out of body bags. It's very unclear. There were apparently 2 days last week, and there were a load of killings. I've seen estimates actually up to 30,000, which would be absolutely massive. So I think at the moment we don't really know the full scale of the killings that have happened, but I suspect they're going to be higher and higher. Most organizations, respectable organizations, international organizations, downplay the figures until they are certain that the higher figures can be verified. So I think we're going to be seeing many thousands. I don't know whether it will be 30,000. I don't know whether we will ever know, because a lot of these bodies were just buried and we won't know necessarily. But what is worrying is the vast discrepancy between what Iran says, what some human rights organizations say, and then what other organizations say, and also the difficulty in accessing the true figure. And I think probably the true figure will never be known. We will have estimates at the end when this episode is over, but not at the moment. But it's feared that it's much higher than what the sort of aid agencies or are saying at the moment.
Right, and the de-escalation, the calm that we are seeing right now, do you think it's really the calm before the storm as far as action on Iran is concerned by the US or allies?
It looked like, first of all, some days ago, well, maybe last week, it looked like, or the week before, it looked like Donald Trump was ready to strike. And then the next day he said the killing had stopped and there was nothing. So now we're in a sort of limbo where we don't know. So it is possible. I understand Iranian diplomat in Geneva today said we could expect a US strike, and then added they had no intelligence, they had no official information there would be one. But we do know that Donald Trump does function on being unpredictable, and that is one of his assets, if you like, one of his weapons, his modus operandi. So, at this moment, what the information we have, it doesn't look like the US is poised to strike, but I don't think it can be ruled out either. It also depends what is happening inside Iran as well, whether the authorities continue to kill the civilians.
All right, Alison, thanks then for joining me in this discussion. And now, viewers, we move ahead to cover news on the snowstorm